episode 3 of the Get In and Get Out Nintendo podcast. I am your host, Dantes, and of course, joining me, the man who wears stupid caps, Caleones. How you doing, Caleones?
Well, I'm not gonna gloat. I already did that on the previous podcast, but I mean the great news continues for Nintendo when it comes to their sales, either on the system itself or their individual games. We're gonna be covering that during the podcast, but yeah, I mean great news for Nintendo. They're killing it in a good way.
True. Also, we just made a video about our reacts to the new Zelda DLC pack that was just announced like an hour ago by Nintendo. So it's gonna be a separate video. So if you guys want to watch our thoughts on that DLC pack, please go to the Force in Unison gaming channel. But since I'm already doing the rigmarole, let's continue with that and let's do our rigmarole, shall we, Caleones? Of course, I want to welcome everybody to the Get In and Get Out Nintendo podcast episode 3 right here in the Force in Unison gaming channel. Of course, remember to subscribe, comment, and like so you can make these two crazy motherfuckers happy. Also, remember that you can go to our Facebook page at Force in Unison. Of course, also give my buddy over there some clicks at shigerosnews.com. And then the final reminder is that you can get this podcast at iTunes and SoundCloud. Anyway, after all that rigmarole, what do you say, Caleones? Should we start with our first segment? So let's hit it off with our favorite segment of the show. Is your buddy ready, Caleones? Because my buddy is really ready today with Reggie's News Corner. My buddy's ready.
Well, today we're gonna have 9 pieces of news. They're gonna be extending everywhere from the sales of the Nintendo Switch to games like Mario Kart or individual sales numbers for them. So starting with the very first one, during the financial briefing held by Nintendo last week, Nintendo dismissed the earlier prediction, stating that they in fact sold 2.74 million units, surpassing their initial predictions of shipping 2 million units by the end of March, or as they later on stated, trying to ship an additional 500,000 units, making it 2.5 million before the end of March. So 2.74 million Nintendo Switch sold by March 31st. Within the first month of release. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, great numbers. I mean, that's what we've been talking since episode 1 of the Get In and Get Out Nintendo podcast right here at the Force in Unison gaming channel. We've been discussing this, that how Nintendo is just killing it right now. Again, great first month, great sales. The question that I keep bringing up is, can they sustain this momentum? And I'm hopeful that they can sustain that, because if they sell more Switches, that means you will get more third-party support. Looking forward to that. But great news. Also, Caleones, I don't know if you want to hit the great sale numbers for Breath of the Wild.
As far as Breath of the Wild, we do have the next segment. Don't let's not get carried away. I have a list here, and we got to go from 1, 2, 3. So it's
not bad. I'm
okay.
So excited because Breath of the Wild it's the one. It's the game. It's the best game right now of 2017. So, again, I just was a little bit pumped. So I apologize. I got ahead of myself. So hit it up with the next one.
Breath of the Wild is the best game of 2017 so far when it comes to sales, but it's gonna have a lot of competition with a little title that released on the 28th. So let's see how that goes. But as part of the numbers from the sales, we also have numbers for individual games, not only for Nintendo Switch games, but 3DS games as well. And they're giving us the lifetime sales up until the 2016-2017 fiscal year. Pokemon Sun and Moon, it's first place with 15.4 million total sales. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for Nintendo Switch is at 2.76 million sold. That's 200,000 more than Nintendo's Switch systems were sold. Super Mario Maker for the 3DS at 2.3 million. Mario Kart 7 has 1.9 million for this year. Total sales of over 15 million copies. Pokemon X and Y, 1.4 million for this year. A total of 16 million for its lifetime. And then you have Kirby, Planet Robobot. You have Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, which has sold already over 1 million copies just on the Wii U. New Super Mario Bros. 2 sold an additional million copies this year for a total of 11.2 million. And Animal Crossing New Leaf, 970,000 copies for this year so far, with a total of 10.97 for its lifetime. Rounding it up is going to be Mario Kart 8 with 810,000 for this year. Of course, it's for the Wii U, and 8.3 million for its total life.
Yep.
So I know that people are a little bit surprised when it comes to the sales, especially the skeptics and the Nintendo doomed people out there. But yep, Breath of the Wild on the Switch, 2.76 million units sold, 200,000 more than Switch systems are out there.
Yeah, it's a pretty good number. I mean, if you count the Wii U numbers and the Switch numbers, close to 4 million sold. I mean, great numbers. I honestly thought that Horizon Zero Dawn was going to sell more because, again, it is on a bigger install base with the PS4. But this game is selling. It's selling great. And the reason I had that thought originally, to clarify it, is because Skyward Sword did not sell as good as I expected for a 3D Zelda game. But that could have been not a lot of people like the motion controls. Understandable. I love Skyward Sword, but again, not for everyone. But I mean, again, great numbers. Great freaking numbers for Zelda Breath of the Wild. The other games, your usual suspect, Mario Kart 8, Pokemon. Pokemon is just killing it, honestly.
Wait until it comes out on the Switch.
Oh yeah, oh no. If Pokemon comes out of the Switch, it's game over. And then of course Mario Maker for the 3DS, which I don't like that version. The Wii U version was better. The 3DS version is incomplete, honestly. But again, it sold pretty well on the 3DS. 3DS has a good install base. So good numbers all around. I'm happy for Nintendo. I like competition. I know I'm the PlayStation guy in this gaming channel that we have, but I'm always have a soft spot in the heart for Nintendo. I'm really happy for them with the great numbers that they have. So congrats, Nintendo.
On behalf of Nintendo, thank you.
Thank you.
But okay, next up is the NES Classic Mini. Nintendo gave numbers on the sales. It sold approximately 2.3 million consoles for a console that you can't find anywhere, basically. And it seems that half of those 2.3 million scalpers still have it, and they're still trying to sell them. But overall, the the system was a great success. It sold even more than Nintendo could have envisioned, and they just got to the point where it was just, do they dedicate their time and money on making more NES Classic Editions, or do they instead put that money and time into the Switch, which is going to be the console that's going to carry them for the next 5, 6, or more years? It came to that decision. Nintendo said that they had to sadly stop it. They did say stop production. They did not say discontinue. So there's still a little hope out there that we may see it again. But
I agree. Again, great sales numbers, but I mean, does not impact me. I don't care. I know it was a nice collector's item. I think that's how Nintendo is treating it. A nice collector's item. Again, I prefer physical. That's why I have my Retron 5 over there. But anyway, good numbers for Nintendo. If this helps them focus on the Switch, then I'm fine with it. Like I said, it does not affect me. For gamers out there who wanted this item, though, I feel bad for you guys. Nintendo should have produced more. They saw demand. They should have taken the opportunity and get more units out the door to meet that demand. So, again, it sucks, but, it's Nintendo's choice. So,
well, moving on, Mario Kart was the best-selling game on Amazon for the entire year. I just want to clarify, it is Amazon, so it's only one retailer, and it's in the U.S., so it's not really taking into consideration the rest of the world. But on less than 24 hours after it released, it was already the best-selling game in Amazon for the entire year, for the entire 2017. So that's how crazy Mario Kart is, how people perceive it and love it. And even though it sold like 8.3 million units on the Wii U, on the Wii, I believe it sold something around like 37 million copies of the game. So we had 29 million of those people that bought it somewhere else gladly. As it seems, they're moving on. Not only was it the best-selling game in Amazon, but going over to the next story, Nintendo did release an official statement saying that more than 459 combined copies of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, physical and digital, were sold on launch day on April 28th. That's not April 29th. That's
459,000 units were sold.
459,000 units on their very first
That's
day.
pretty good numbers. Yep.
Not only is it the good numbers, but that makes it the fastest selling Mario Kart game ever.
Whoa, wow. And this is compared, you're saying that it's tracking ahead of the Mario Kart Wii, which is, again, sold over, well, how many? 30 million, you said?
Well, 37 million. Mario Kart Wii sold 433,900 when it launched on in 2008. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is above it by 25.
Yeah, but
25,000.
let's be realistic. I mean, the Switch doesn't have the install base, unless you account the Mario Kart 8 from the Wii U, and then you add the Mario Kart 8 from the Switch. Then maybe they do has some hope of beating them the Wii version. I don't think it will happen. Again, the Wii was a phenomenon. The install base for the Wii is just too big. So, but still, I'm not taking away from the achievement of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which again I also bought right here. You can see all my Mario Kart collections. I'm just celebrating the launch of Mario Kart. But anyway, it's a great game. I like it in the sense that it has all the DLC. I never bought all the DLC from Mario Kart 8. I only bought it and just played a couple of rounds with my boy. But this one I like it even more because Link is available from the start, and I enjoy driving around with Link. So and that's where Mario Kart, to me, and we're gonna have that subject in Onuma's Nintendo discussion. Mario Kart should be more like Smash Bros, but we'll be more discussion all that later. But yeah, good numbers for Mario Kart, good game. So
Okay, so moving along, Kimishima dropped a bombshell. For some people, others expected it, like myself. Nintendo's not going to be doing a big live presentation when it comes to E3. They're going to do what they always do, or what they have been doing for the last 4 or 5 years, which is show a Nintendo Direct and then have the people play the games.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that they're not going to have any big announcement or new games to be announced. Kimishima did say that they have unannounced games coming out that will help propel the sales of the Switch, if they can do so. I mean, because right now it's sold out. There's no way that they can sell more because they don't have any more. But E3, don't expect a live presentation. It's going to be a Nintendo Direct, and it's better for Nintendo overall. Can you do you remember at E3 when they were talking about Wii Music and you saw the guy just with the remote just going crazy like that?
Yep.
Yeah, they can avoid things like that from happening. Or a different time where they were having issues with the Bluetooth not responding, and they were telling people that it was caused by the cell phones in the audience. So Nintendo's going to avoid all of that. With the Direct, they can control their message, they can control the presentation, and they can just let the games do the talking on the show floor for the people, just like last year. Breath of the Wild was the only featured game, and people got their hands on it, and the rest is history.
So Nintendo's not gonna change. So it is what it is. They're gonna give a Direct. They're gonna announce some games. I expect that. not concerned. Nintendo's gonna have some surprises at E3, but I do miss. Hey, like it or not, I do miss the live presentation. Last year, Sony killed it. That at the start with the whole God of War music hitting, going up, then pulling the curtains up, and then boom, Kratos coming out of the house of the darkness, I guess, to talk to his boy. That was a huge surprise. I was like, oh my god, Kratos is back. And then
Yeah.
you also have give me an example, the PSX this December when they dropped that fucking bomb, son, and they show Last of Us 2 live, and you can hear the excitement of the people. I miss that from Nintendo, right? I do miss that, but Nintendo's not gonna change. They know it's cheaper to produce. Admittedly, I understand that to do a direct. It's all good. I'm just saying. I'm just giving some examples why I would have liked to see Nintendo in a live setting, but it is what it is. So,
Well, I love what I love about Sony is how they always come out and they show you games that they're not gonna come out for an additional 5, 6, 7 years.
yeah, shit the fuck up. Honestly, shit the fuck up. Don't give me that
But
shit because if my memory doesn't my memory doesn't fail me, who's been the company who's been dropping exclusive after exclusive after exclusive in the last 5 months? So shut the fuck up. But anyway,
oh, that's right. In the last 5 months, what happened with the other four
there have been
years?
exclusives. There have been plenty of exclusives. Don't give me that shit. I mean defending Nintendo with the indies too. So don't give me that shit. There are games like Transistor out there. There is a fucking awesome for the PlayStation. So I know it's on PC too, but I'm just saying that there's some good games on the PlayStation platform. But let's not turn this into a fan. I'm just saying that I do miss the live setting. I want to see Nintendo do it again. It's just it is what it is, and I accept it.
Well,
So
yeah, without the live setting, we would not have My Body Is Ready. That,
fine, okay, you win. I'll give him the the discussion. I give up.
Okay. Well, Nintendo also reported numbers, and it did turn out that Super Mario Run was not the best-selling smartphone game for Nintendo. It was Fire Emblem. How did that happen?
Yeah. That just sucks. Honestly, I am a little bit disappointed in this news because Fire Emblem is making more money with way less downloads than Mario Run, and it's all because of the mobile environment. People like to get
Gotcha games.
microtransactions up the ass. That's what people like on the mobile environment. I honestly wanted Mario Run to succeed because again, I'm old school model. I pay for this shit up front, and I get the game, and that's it. I'm done. I'm not paying for anything else. No hidden fees, no microtransactions, no pay to win bullshit. But that's where we are with mobile. No denying that. I'm just disappointed. I wanted Nintendo to succeed and show that a different business model could succeed in the mobile market.
Well, I mean, just like they say, Fire Emblem is a gacha game, and those games they call it the gacha wallet and never letting
Yeah,
go.
I agree.
So, and that's exactly what it's doing. I mean, I've been playing it since it came out, and I've been tempted sometimes to put some money into it, and I should. It is a Nintendo game. I should support it as well, but I bought Super Mario Run. I paid the $10 for that game. I don't have to worry about anything else other than that purchase. And for the people that complain about it having, it still gives you the 4 levels. It's still free to play when it comes to a couple of levels, but for the entire game, you pay the $10, no worries. Not like the Candy Crush people or more recently, like Fire Emblem, for example, that you end up spending a lot more than 60, 70, 80 bucks, which is what a retail AAA game normally will cost you. Nintendo did not reach their predictions when it came to, or projections when it came to Super Mario Run. They expected that 10% of the people that downloaded the game would purchase the game. They still have not reached that goal, and that was about the only negative from from the their conference and that they gave their financial information. That was the only negative from it. So for all the haters out there, if you want to reach and try to use something, you can go ahead and use that. But overall, just get Super Mario Run. Just put the $10 in, and it's worth it.
Agreed.
Yep. Moving along, and this is by far your favorite news.
I know where he's coming. I know what he's gonna say. Go ahead.
Nintendo announced the new 2DS model, 2DS XL. It looks like a very sexy piece of hardware. It looks really nice.
Wait. Leave that again. We're gonna have that discussion at Onuma's Nintendo discussion later on the show. So just say that Nintendo announced the 2DS, and the only thing is that it's basically a 3DS without the 3D, and that's about it, right? So anyway, we'll talk about it in more detail later. Wow, Caleones, that was a lot of news to take in. I mean, Nintendo has been delivering the news consistently for the last couple of months. I mean, of course, after a year and a half of no news and no games. Sorry about that. Just a little bit butt shot there for you, Caleones. But anyway.
I'm not going to apologize about the PlayStation remarks. I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize. But
okay, you're giving me shit about that remark when was the Zelda Breath of the Wild announced? How many years ago? Yeah. Go ahead. Tell me, you Nintendo fanboy.
I don't know the exact quote, but a rush game is forever bad.
Look, dude, it's been like 4 or 5 years ago that they announced Zelda Breath of the Wild, and you're giving me shit for Sony to announcing games 4 years in advance. Shut the fuck up. You got nothing. Anyway, let's start this shit. If I wanted to know all the new eShop games, what is our favorite store to go to, Caleones?
It's Chigero's Mini Mart. And we have 4 games coming out on the Mini Mart. 4 good games, and one of those, of course, is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which we don't really have to cover. We don't really have to talk about. Everybody knows about the game, and we're, like you said, we're going to talk more about it later on. So I'm just going to go ahead and gloss over that one. It's $59.99. It includes all the DLC, new characters, tracks.
Everybody Mario Kart is. If you don't know what Mario Kart is,
everybody's
you're
buying it.
screwed,
So next up we have Tumbleseed, and the only description that it shows on there is Tumbleseed is a deceptively deep roguelike about balancing a seed up a dangerous and ever-charging or changing mountain. As far as the game, I haven't personally played it yet. I plan on getting it. The game itself is only $14.99. Looks really good. It's charming, and from what I've heard, it has exceptional use of the HG Rumble features. For balancing, feeling the texture, and also that's one that I'm looking forward to. Next up, we have Kamiko. Kamiko can be found on the eShop for $4.99, but it kind of feels like Legend of Zelda's version of Hyper Light Drifter. If you want to say it that way, it is kind of like one of those original Zelda games, but it's fast paced. And I mean, for $4.99, it is a great buy. Even if you buy the Japanese version, it still has the English subtitles, but it is finally available over here. So go ahead and get it. You can't go wrong. And then last up, we have Overtop, another one of the Neo Geo games coming over. Like all the other games, it's priced at $7.99, and it's also it's released originally in 1996. Fun, over the top racing game. This is what I would say. I know it's hard to pick a game, or it's not really hard to pick a game. Mario Kart, of course, but Tumbleseed, $15. Kamiko, $5. Overtop, $8. That's only $28, and you get 3 quality games to play on your Nintendo Switch. just go get all of them.
No, hey, like I said, I defended PlayStation when they were only having indies at first, aside from the masterpiece that is called Knack. But uh, the Switch is giving you games. This is not the Wii U. You're getting games, you're getting some indies, and then you're getting those AAA Nintendo games. So I think it's good. That's good for the Switch. I mean, they're games. And again, the system. What I like about the system, this has been, and I just have the Switch for around 2 months, and maybe for the next podcast we do our impressions of the Switch for the first 2 months of owning the Switch, right? So we may do something like that. But what I like about the system, any point at the house, I could go play, could take it to work, just have fun with my friends. We'll play a little bit of Mario Kart today during lunchtime. So you know, it's just cool. It's a fun system. It is an awesome system. Could it be more powerful? Yes. But again, it is the most powerful portable system on the market, no doubt. So I'm liking the system a lot. I think that's why the appeal is there. So, good for Nintendo. But of course, the pick that we have to, the game of the week, we have to
Yes,
pick is Mario Kart. I mean, game is fun
it
as
is.
fuck.
I mean,
So,
not to downplay the other games. All of them exceptional games. All of them should be part of your library. But of course, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is without a question the best Mario Kart game ever. So you need to have it.
yep, I agree. I guess with that note, let's switch a little bit of gears and let's have a little discussion going. And to have that discussion, we have a segment called Onuma's Nintendo Discussion. And we got two topics to discuss today because, of course, we don't have any questions. So we cannot answer any questions.
People, send in
For
your
that,
questions. We want to answer them. Even if we lie to you, we want to answer them.
well, for that you need an audience first. Right now, we're just speaking to you and me. We're having a personal podcast right now,
So
basically. But
yeah,
hey, it's all good.
One of two
That's how you
things is going to
start.
happen. Either we're going to grow tired of each other and we're going to stop doing this, or we're going to get to know other people and engage with them and take a break from this right here.
Yeah, I'll grow tired of you really quick if you keep doing those digs at Sony. If my foot is gonna be up your ass if you say another of those
Hey,
comments. I'm
I
just
don't see us
saying.
doing a podcast for PlayStation right now, so I might as well just say everything I can about PlayStation.
Yeah. That will come right here in the Forcing Unison channel. You will expect at some point a PlayStation podcast. It's just that I haven't found the right person because I only have him. And as you can see, I mean, it's all about that Nintendo. Ha. Anyway, moving gears. Let's have a discussion going. I'm just joking, people. Come on, we like to have fun in here. He's my bro. I don't care if he's wearing that stupid Pokemon cap right now. He's still my bro. But let's start with the two topics. The first topic, the Nintendo 2DS. Oh my God. I'll let you, Caleones, start the discussion. What are your impressions of the Nintendo 2DS? And do you think Nintendo is doing the right thing in releasing the Nintendo 2DS so close when they're dealing with the
Well,
Nintendo Switch?
as far as that, I'm gonna have to break it up in parts. First off is the system itself and how it looks. It looks great. I love how the game look. I mean, how the system looks. I like the style of it. It looks. I mean, you took a piece of hardware that it's pretty cheap to make, and I mean it's actually cheaper because you remove the 3D from it. It's just straight 2D now, but it actually looks like an iPhone. iPhone, you might have to. I mean, spending on all the parts, it probably costs you around like 170, $180 for a phone, but they sell it to you for $700, $800. The 2DS, it probably. I'm not an expert. I'm just making numbers up. It probably cost Nintendo like 50, $60 to make the system. They're selling it for $150. 2DS, yeah, XL, but it looks quality. It looks like something I would be proud to hold in public in front of other people. And as far as the 2DS and the Nintendo Switch, for me, they are the best looking Nintendo game systems since the DS Lite. The DS Lite when the original DS had the redesign into the DS Lite, it looked fantastic. The white color, the black one. You had the original DS and you went ahead and bought the DS Lite when you saw the new redesign for it. So Nintendo's going back to those styles. That's when they were at their best. That's when they were selling millions and millions and millions of consoles. Same with, to a lesser extent, the Wii. It was a pretty nice looking console. It wasn't the most powerful. They didn't really have HD per se with it, but Switch and the new this redesign of the 2DS, it looks like a quality product. They're not like about that about Nintendo. They're all about the games, but they're about how it looks as well.
I do disagree with the Wii look. The Wii and the Wii U look like Fisher Price toys, but that's my
Well,
opinion. But
I said to a lesser extent the Wii because of how you could, like stand it up from out of the box. You could take it out of the box, stand it up sideways, not like the PS3 or but and the 360 where you needed to buy it separately.
well, Bob, clarified. I'm not. I'm. I know I'm giving shit how the Wii looks, but a lot of people hate the Wii because it was Nintendo's switch to a more casual market, and I thought the Wii was a great system. I think the Wii U was a bad system, but I think the Wii was a great system. It had a lot of great games. I'm telling you, I prefer the Wii over the GameCube. Oh, blasphemy out there, all the Nintendo fans. Yes, I prefer the Wii over the GameCube.
Yep.
We had better games. Two Mario Galaxy Blade Chronicles. You get me? The last story gave me Metroid Prime Collection. Again, it's hard to say. To me, the Wii is a great system.
Well,
But aside
the
from
Wii
that,
is indeed better
I
than the
apologize.
GameCube
You're railing the
because it is the
conversation,
GameCube
but,
2.0. Yeah.
Yeah, true. With a Wii mode. But okay, those are good points. I mean, I think it sounds like you're in favor of the 2DS. Shall I say my piece,
No.
Caleones, before, or you
Yes,
want to say something else?
I did say it was a two-parter. First one, I'm talking about the looks from the 2DS. The other portion is
Okay.
about the timing of it. I'm not. I don't really feel like Nintendo is going to be supporting this system. That much longer. It's probably going to have another year or so. If you think back to the DS and the other systems, they always had like one final redesign just before they ended production, just before they cut the line completely. So I'm probably I'm giving it another year, through Christmas, and that's going to be pretty much it for the 2DS or 3DS. But I'm okay with it. There's still games out there that are selling. If you looked at the top 20 list from the Nintendo release, a lot of people are still buying those 2DS and 3DS games, and I mean, they might as well just pocket that money while they are able to produce more Switch consoles and have those available.
That's a good point. I'll agree with you on that point. Still doesn't make me happy about them announcing the 2DS. Of course, I'm in the camp that this is a waste of time, that they should be focusing on the Switch. If it was me, I would be done with the 3DS. And like I said, again, a previous episode, release all those 3DS games on the Switch, or at least at a minimum, give me day-to-day release with the 3DS and the Switch. You're missing out on a huge market right now. You need to build the Switch. The Switch is the future. The 3DS is the past, Nintendo. It's done. You're not selling more. Now, let me clarify. It's not all hate. To your point, the design, the fucker looks slick. I'm telling you that 2DS,
It looks
nice looking system. I have to say, it looks sweet. It looks really, really good. I'll give it that. If I didn't have a 3DS already, and I do have a new 3DS because I traded in my old 3DS to buy a new 3DS because of that Xenoblade game. Just saying. It's a good looking system. No, not denying that. Looks slick. Still, they're just trying. It's almost like a person dying and you're trying to revive him. Oh, live. They're trying to extend the carcass of the 3DS as much as they can, which is fine. Again, to your point, which you made a great point. You said They need to make some money while the Switch, you know, uh, develops that install base. It's fine. That's all good. But again, if they're doing that, and again, I'm okay with that. Release the 3DS games day to day with the Switch. So people who are buying the Switch are saying, "I'm done with the 3DS. I want to see that. I want to see it in that beautiful screen. I don't want to watch that shit in that 480p screen. Give it a little bit. Give it HD. Give those games, those 3DS games, HD. I'll bet you those fuckers will be buying those games on the Switch because they'll want to see it
Well,
in HD. Because you're
but it's
giving
not.
them a 2DS. Wait one second.
Yeah.
But before you go, you're giving them a 2DS. There's no 3D. There's no 3D. You're giving them a 2DS. Why can't you building those games for the Switch? Give a little bit of some HD love, and then you'll be making that money. You'll making that money. I'm just saying.
I don't think it's that easy. The 3DS games there render as they are 240p games. The Switch, it's either 720p or 1080, unless you're in Bomberman. But
Well,
yes,
720 on the screen.
but
I'm
the
just
thing
saying.
is, for me,
Without
it's
that,
probably a lot. It's probably easier for developers to downgrade a PS4 game or an Xbox One game into the Nintendo Switch rather than upgrading a Nintendo 3DS game into the Switch. I believe it takes more to upgrade the graphics of the gameplay to be able to feature it on the big screen. So it's easier for developers. For me personally, I don't make games, so I don't really know if that's correct or not. But I believe developers have an easier time downgrading PS4 games or Xbox One games into the Switch rather than upgrading games from the 3DS or 2DS to the Switch, and that's why we're still seeing games that may have been in development for a year, 2 years, still coming out on the system, and that's why Nintendo is still supporting it because there's still games coming out in the pipeline. We may get even more announcements come E3, but people don't get angry at Nintendo. It's not that they decided at the start of the year to start making to make more games for the 3DS. Those are games that have been in development for a year or more that Nintendo still needs people to buy them, and they still need people that are interested in those games that they can go to a store and get a Nintendo 2DS or get a Nintendo 3DS and not worry about it being completely discontinued and not available.
again, I understand your point. It's not easy. I get it, my friend. It's just I just wish that they just focus on the Switch. That's what I wish. And I mean, this is Nintendo. They got some Nintendo magic. They could make Hey Pikmin look really good on the Switch. I'm just saying, if they want to make that money, they would make. I would buy Hey Pikmin in a heartbeat if it was coming to the Switch. On the 3DS, I got a huge backlog. I'll maybe waiting for the Switch version of Pikmin. I like Pikmin. I'm saying Pikmin is a fun game. So again, it's just again I just want them to feed the beast. Nintendo feed that beast, and your beast is the Switch. The Switch, Caleones. That should be your focus. It seems like Nintendo has a lot of balls. They're juggling a lot of balls right now. With the mini Nintendo, which they're and mini NES, which they're discontinuing, or like you said, stop production for a while. There's a rumor, mini Super NES. No, that's just a rumor right now. We'll see if that comes
Well,
to be true. And then now you're talking about the 2DS. But yeah, to your point,
well, I want to say before you continue, I want to say I'm just making a decision right now. We will be doing a video on what we believe the top 30 games from the Super NES should be on that proposed console. We're not. It's not Nintendo saying that it's coming out yet or officially, but Dantes and I we're going to talk about our favorite 30 Super Nintendo games and which ones should be included. But
this is easy. Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy IV, Mario RPG. I'm saying a lot of RPGs right now. I'm sorry. No, Mario World, of course. But anyway, yeah, we'll do that video. That's a good idea. We'll do that shit. But anyway, what I was gonna say though is to your point. You're right. A lot of companies they make a last revision of their hardware before they switch to their new console. I mean, PlayStation. They released that fucking ugly George Foreman grill before the PS4 came out. Fuck, that was ugly. Come on, Sony. I don't know what the hell you were thinking with that design. But again, it was a new design. It only lasted a year. To your point, the 2DS may only last a year. I just wanted them to focus on the Switch. Personal opinion. But again, you did bring some good points, Caleones. So I'll give you those. But still, you're not convincing me that this is a bad idea.
We all want more games for the Switch, and we want all the houses within Nintendo to concentrate on the Switch. I mean, we everybody wants that. It's just that it's. I mean, the system has only been out for 2 months. Well, not even 2 months. So we're gonna get those games later on. It's just that 3DS still had a couple of them, still in the works. So, but this is this is the last one for the 2DS. Everybody just get ready to appreciate what it's done for the last 6 years or so, and and we'll give it a little more life until we bury it completely.
Yeah, I know you want to bury it, that's for sure. Anyway, let's go to our second topic, of course. It's been Mario Kart launch week. I mean, look at all the Mario Kart games that have been out in the couple of years that Nintendo has been doing a lot of. So there's been a lot of Mario Kart games. So, I thought it would be nice to talk about the future, right? Mario Kart 9, at most, it's going to be in the next 2 years, easily. There's no way in hell that game is going to take 4 years like Zelda Breath of the Wild. But anyway, so Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 9 will come out in 2 years. I believe so. So what features, Caleones, or what would you like to see on the next Mario Kart game?
That's been a discussion that I've had with a couple of other people. I just don't know how much we can improve the game. Nintendo has done everything possible when it comes to adding new tracks, remaking old tracks, improving the battle in the game, which was the only negative thing about the Wii U version. They've improved upon it. It shows with a 93 Metacritic score that it currently has compared to an 88 for Mario Kart 8 Wii U. But I don't know. I don't really see what Nintendo can do for Mario Kart 9. They are probably just better off going the Capcom route and like how they do with Street Fighter and just doing the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the new challenger income, blah blah. Just.
No, please, Nintendo, don't do that, Nintendo. No,
but
hell no.
Seriously, I have no idea what else they can do with the game to make it better.
Okay, so in that case, I'll step in and I'll give you a couple of ideas that I would like to see in the next Mario Kart. First, make it like Smash Bros. Nintendo. Yes, I want to see Shulk in Mario Kart. I want to see Shulk driving around with the Monado. And every time he jumps, he pulls out the Monado like Link does with the Master Sword in Mario Kart. I want to see Mario Kart become like Smash Bros, where a lot of Nintendo characters come in and enjoying the fray, have fun. Maybe that you can have some third-party characters like Cloud from Final Fantasy joining in, driving around a little cart.
Might as well. I mean, we have the amiibo coming,
one,
so we might as well have it.
Yeah, might as well, right? Of course. Hey, Solid Snake, maybe driving around. That would look funny as fuck. Solid Snake.
Well, before it comes to Mario
cart.
Kart, it has to come to Smash Bros.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. I would like to see the same love that Smash Bros has with characters. I would like to see that in Mario Kart. So that would be one of the features. Not a feature, but I would like to see in the next Mario Kart. The next thing is a little game called Mario Kart Double Dash, right? I wouldn't mind seeing a mode where you do double dash again and have two characters in the cart, and that brings us a little bit more strategy to the equation, right? And you can pick which item you want to use in certain situations. I think that would be cool. I think it would be nice to have a double dash mode, and when you could use two characters. Imagine me driving around with Link and Shulk in the same car. Oh fuck, that would be freaking awesome. Man. Imagine me driving around kicking your ass with Link and Shulk.
And
That would be
that
freaking
takes care
awesome too.
of all your
I'm just,
fantasies as well.
oh, of course, yeah, you can see it right now. I'm enjoying that fantasy. Anyway, no, but joking aside, I think double dash mode, kind of something like that to that extent, would be nice. The third and final feature that I wouldn't mind is a voice chat. I just had voice chat Nintendo. Fuck. I mean, God, it's 2017. Yeah, Mario Kart. The other day I was trying to play with a friend of mine, Mario Kart Online, and we had to use the cell phone basically to set it up so we could play. Again, I know I'm an adult. Everybody has a cell phone. I know it fixed it, but you should have a voice chat. Maybe with the Nintendo new service, we'll see voice chat added to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but also make it standard for Mario Kart 9. Just make it there. Just have it Nintendo from the start. And then the last mode that I would like to see in Mario Kart is, we have motorcycles, we have little go karts, we have fucking boats in Mario
And a
Kart.
Mercedes Benz.
Maybe a Mercedes Benz, yeah, maybe expand and do the Gran Turismo route, or I don't know, Forza, and just have real karts. Imagine Mario driving in a Lamborghini, or Luigi giving you the death stare in a fucking Ferrari. I don't know. That would be awesome. Maybe. Now, last one to clarify, people. That's just me just throwing shit. I don't know. I don't want that. The other two, I want more. Or the other three that I mentioned, the real cards. I don't know. That's just me.
Well,
Just
but I mean,
having a dream. A boy
listening
can dream. Right?
to your, I guess, to the list of things that you want on the game, they don't really sound like that would be enough to make a new game. I mean, that could be just implemented with an update on this current one. Voice chat might be taken care of when the online launches. Having additional characters. I mean, just having a DLC pack with the additional characters is not something that will stop Nintendo and make them create a new game. So that can be taken care of with a new DLC. As far as the double dash, that might be. It might. I mean, it would be more taxing on the game, especially having two characters, and I don't know how that would affect the game being shown at 1080p, 60 frames per second. But that would probably be the only thing that would require them to make a new game. But as far as everything else, it's just something that they can, if they wanted to, they could add right now.
Yeah, but I mean, they could. I just think that it's better to do it all in a new game. So you can sell as much. They're gonna make Mario Kart 9. They're gonna make more money. Also, because to me that's for sure is the new tracks. Have a lot of new tracks based on those other characters. Imagine driving around the Xenoblade world. Imagine driving in Sword Valley as a racetrack. Any Xenoblade fan will understand what I'm saying about Sword Valley, how cool it looks. So that would be cool. Just to drive around in a Xenoblade stage, the same for a Metal Gear stage. Design those stages specifically for those characters. Metroid, have a Samus stage, right, where you would just drive around in the Metroid stage. That would be freaking awesome. Include that in Mario Kart 9. In my opinion, that way you can focus and do that. Implement the double dash better. They're not gonna do it. And to your point, they could do the more of a service approach where they would keep doing Mario Kart and using Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as a platform, and then just bring the other features that we're talking about. They could do that, but admittedly, we live in the world that they could have done that to Madden a long time ago. Like, they don't need to release a new Madden game every fucking year. They could have made a platform, and every year they just update what they need to. But maybe every 2 or 3 years, when graphics get better, then you sell the new Madden. But Nintendo's not stupid. They're embracing the DLC approach. You can see a Breath of the Wild. They're gonna make a new Mario Kart and they're gonna sell that shit for $60. Now, would I like to see Mario Kart 9 include everything that Mario Kart 8 has? and all the shit that we're talking about, hell yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that, and I would pay for the $60 again, right? But hey, to your approach, if they do it in DLC, I'm okay with that too. It probably would be better. Probably it would be better goodwill for
Oh,
the
yeah. I mean, you can
for the
have it out
people. Again,
sooner instead of just waiting, like 2, 3, 4 years for the next game. You can have that out sooner. Same thing they're doing with Breath of the Wild. I mean, just add new characters with an update. Just add the new maps and things like that, just like they did with Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, which were now we have all of it included. The easiest way and fastest way just to do it with a DLC. That way we don't have to wait 3, 4, 5 years until the next one. But as far as the game, I don't know. We've only had like one Mario Kart per system. Does this count as the Nintendo Switch's Mario Kart, or are we still gonna have another
no,
one?
not yeah. It should be a new one. I believe so. It should be, and maybe what we're saying here is just stuff that we would like to see. But then they maybe Nintendo comes up with innovative mechanics on their games. I, I mean, I would have been surprised that they come up with something in Mario Kart that has never been seen, and we're not talking about it right now because we don't know. We're not smart people here. We just sit here talk about games. Yeah, we're really smart, but you know, it's we'll see. We'll see what Nintendo does. I think that this is not the Mario Kart for this system. It needs to be Mario Kart 9. This is just a stopgap between the next Mario Kart. It's a good way to build because not a lot of people played Mario Kart on the Wii U. Not a lot of people bought a Wii U to play Mario Kart, right? And games like Mario Kart, Xenoblade Chronicle X, or Mario 3D World did not sell to their full potential because its install base was not there with the Wii U. So I could foresee some of those games coming to the Switch and give a new life with the portability. Because imagine people fans of Xenoblade Chronicle X. I'm not a huge fan. I prefer the first one, but I still love the second game. Be portable. Xenoblade Chronicle X world is big. It's as big as Breath of the Wild.
Then,
Imagine you can be
then the
portable
question
and take it
becomes
everywhere.
this,
So
Dantes. Now that Nintendo has released a port of one of their first-party games on the Switch, and it has become the best-selling game in the franchise, what other games from the Wii U should they bring over?
okay, I'm gonna say Xenoblade Chronicle X. Well, I'm gonna say this: Xenoblade Chronicles, the original one. I think it would be good to bring the original one in HD while you're gonna promote Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I would love to see it. Now, admittedly, I played the game on a Wii emulator. I know, don't arrest me. I own my copy of the game right here, just in case. Don't arrest me. I extracted the ISO from this to play on the PC. Okay, so it's to clarify before they come arrest me at my house. So, and the reason I played it on the PC is because they gave me HD graphics, right? 720. It looks beautiful. Xenoblade Chronicles looks beautiful, but not everybody has a powerful gaming PC. So, you
Well, same,
they should
same thing with
re-release that
Bayonetta.
game
Like
on
Bayonetta 2 released on the Wii U. The first one was never available on any of the Nintendo systems, before that. But they still had the first game included with the second one. That way, people could experience the game before they jumped on part two, so they wouldn't feel left out like PlayStation owners when they got Mass Effect without having to play having played the first one. And just had like a cutscene story and just make certain decisions as part of the first game. With
Yep.
with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 coming out, somehow in some way just make the first one available. It is on the Wii U. You can purchase the game. Yeah,
Yeah, the virtual, but it's not.
yeah.
It's not 720.
It's not.
It's
You're
not.
still getting the original resolution when from the Wii.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
cannot really do the 3DS version on the Wii U. It's still going to be taking the Wii version of it. But if they can get the ISO, like you said, and they can make an HD version for out of it for the computer, don't tell me that Nintendo can't do something like that with their own game.
That's what I mean. If you ask me which ports I would prefer to see, honestly, nothing from the Wii U. I would prefer the Wii because those games deserve to be on HD. Mario Galaxy 2 looks awesome in HD. I'm telling you right now, if you can play it on the PC, play Mario Galaxy 2. It looks beautiful. Mario Galaxy 2 is one of the best games of all time. I'm telling you right now, the game is awesome. I would love to see that game on the Switch. Portable Mario Galaxy? Count me in, bro. That count
Same
me
thing as
in on that
Skyward
shit.
Sword. Just remove the motion controls.
Oh yeah,
Remove the motion controls for the people that don't enjoy the motion controls. Um, it just
well, on that one's gonna be tougher because the bosses on those games were designed for the motion controls specifically, so they would have to revamp even the gameplay. I don't think that's possible though, but they do have the I forgot the name of the Switch controllers.
Joy Cons.
The
Joy Cons.
I was gonna say Wiimotes. The Joy-Cons, thank you. The Joy-Cons. They have the Joy-Cons on the Switch. They could use that for the motion control game. I don't know if it's again, we're not game developers, so I don't know how easy that would be, but I would love. And again, Skyward Sword in emulated, beautiful game. HD looks great. You know, I honestly would prefer Metroid Prime, release that shit again on the Switch, all HD. Those games, we had great games. Those games deserve to be on HD. Honestly, there's a lot of good games that just look like shit on the Wii. I feel bad for them. They deserve a second life. Over the Wii U, honestly, I don't have any other games that I would re-release. Maybe Smash Bros. As another Smash Bros. Deluxe.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have that,
That
on the
could-
way. They're not gonna announce it yet. It
Yeah,
should
exactly.
be. It should be for Nintendo, one of those big E3 titles that they don't announce, even if it's a deluxe edition.
Yeah.
Again,
I
if
agree.
you want to add, if you want to
Let's do
add
it
something
deluxe.
to the game, to Smash Bros. One, I'm guessing they're gonna call it Smash Bros. For Wii. I mean for Switch. Smash Bros. For Switch is gonna be the game, the name. Just add a story mode, to the game, and in some sort of way. Nintendo has said, yeah,
Better
I
story
believe
mode,
they
yeah.
said that they had not included it on the game because people were they were just gonna record it, show it on YouTube, and they were gonna spoil it for everybody. So that they decided not to. I think that's kind of like a dumb excuse. I can kind of see what where they're coming from, but yeah, you just add a story mode. Yeah, like have something for each character, even if you have 500 different characters on the game, but just have something for each one. And Super Mario Maker, I'm not sure how they will be able to make that. Joy-Con kind of have the pointer on the bottom, but it still might be a little hard, moving it around, especially when on the Wii U you have the pinpoint precision, for something like that. Other than that, I would say, I mean, I already mentioned that Bayonetta 2, it's one of the best action games ever made, and it deserves to be experienced by more people. I'm just afraid that Nintendo's just gonna leave that one and let somebody like Microsoft, come in and take it away and have Part 3 feature on their console and not on Switch. Yeah.
I honestly don't think it would be Microsoft because how they're treating Japanese developers right now, like with what happened with Scalebound. I don't think it's happening, but I mean, you're right. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I know Nintendo will bring some more ports. Again, they need to keep feeding that beast. They need to keep bringing games to it. And I think they'll use some ports, and it's understandable. Sony does it. Microsoft does it. Sometimes you need to bring those collections. Sony did it with the Uncharted collection, and I replayed all those 3 games and platted all 3 games again because I love Uncharted. So I wouldn't mind seeing a Mario Galaxy collection on the Switch. That would be great. 2 Mario Galaxies in the same game. Oh, that would be freaking awesome. But anyway, that was a great topic. Wow, we had a big show today, right? But I think with that, let's end it for today, right? We had a lot of fun today. We had a little bit of a back and forth. The Nintendo and PlayStation fanboys just came out of us.
Yeah,
That won't happen again, people, unless you like that.
But
no promises.
apologies to whoever's watching it, not to you. Yeah.
Hey, if they get butt hurt for that joke that you made, I mean, they need to find a new hobby. I mean, it's a fucking piece of plastic, please. Come on. So don't get butt hurt by our jokes. Just saying. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining us on episode 3 of the Get In and Get Out Nintendo podcast. I want to thank everybody. But also, please remember to subscribe, like, and comment. You can make these two crazy motherfuckers happy. Also, remember that you can get to our Facebook page at Force in Unison and give some clicks to my boy, Caleones, at chigueronews.com. With all that said, I want to thank you and wish you a good night. Thank you, everyone.